Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of Simone's Corner. Today, we're going to be breaking down the Exile EP by Bladee. He's an artist from Sweden. The EP is 2 tracks long, so without further ado, let's get right into it. To start, I'll tell you guys what I would rate this EP out of 10. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 because there's always a lot of to expect from Blade's music, not only in this EP but also in other various works that he's released thus far. We'll get into that in a moment, but all in all, Blade is a great artist with a lot of interesting ideas, and I'm looking forward to diving deeper into this particular EP. So the first track is called Trial. I think the reason why it's called Trial is because it's written from the perspective on an actual legal trial. Calling it that might help create the scenery that he probably wanted us to immerse ourselves into while listening. You know, the particular elements that he wanted to achieve, which is what he does with most of the music that he's released. For example, Ice Dancer is a winter themed album, so it makes sense that it would be called Ice Dancer. The title of the album sticks in your mind as you listen to it and allows you to better understand the artistic experience he and other members of Gang are trying to create. Although the track trial is a confession, there is still a barrier or set of boundaries that Blade has established in order to preserve certain parts of himself, his character and his personality that we as listeners are denied access to. Most of the pieces in his body of work feature themes and ideas relating to the act of confession, with him confessing his sins to the listener. He is constantly rapping about his drug habits, his obsession with money and materialism, his fractured relationship, his feelings of isolation and alienation, and so forth. What makes his music interesting is the listener is able to understand everything Blade conveys in his songs, the ideas, and most importantly, the emotions and feelings that they embody. Every song provides the listener with a comprehensive secondhand experience of the moment in which it is set, whether it be in the midst of a bad trip or depressive episode or a breakup with a long-term girlfriend. Each and every song he produces is a crystallization of the moment in which it is set and from which it originated. All in all, I would say it's a very visceral experience to put yourself through, and I thought would highly recommend everyone to try it at least once. After all, it's like doing drugs without the drugs, I guess. So then the second track is called Sentence. The track is about the consequence of Blade's sins. The set of punishments are administered right after he confesses everything. Some of these consequences are based on how the society around him operates. The set of values that are usually the basis of just judgments, but in his case, I see his perspective in a way that he does in his own view of things. For example, his environment or how things work when he was a kid all the way through to how it is now in the present. More of him pressing judgment on his own. Blade can be optimistic if he wants to be, but the problem is that the lifestyle that he leads is not fully his. Even though he is surrounded by luxurious possessions and has an accomplished underground rapping career, there's still a part of Blade that's clinging to more superficial aspects of an artist's life, which no longer provide the same comfort for him that they did when he was first starting out. There has to be a way for him to get out of this, to lead himself to a brighter life, a life similar to the one he conveys in the song Noblest Tribe of his 2020 album 333. Exile was released in 2018, so one could perhaps make the argument that this entire EP was just another step in Blade's journey towards getting to the 333 era. Aside from that, there may be a more concrete answer that we can take from his real life experience to connect to what he is conveying musically in the EP in order to make a more coherent, comprehensive conclusion as to why he's going through the thing he's going through at this particular point in his career, and also what exactly it is that he's endured since the very start of his time as an artist all the way up to the present day. So now we're going to go through some background information about the EP that I found while doing research on Genius. Exile was dropped without warning on September 27, 2018 and was produced by White Armor. Fans noticed that his song was not dropped under the Year One label, which has been Blade's label for the past few years, and was instead released under the label Trash Star 2018. However, the fact that Bladee apparently released this EP through a different label was not a sign that he had actually left Year One. It was simply an aesthetic choice to release the EP under an alternative name, most likely because the songs on it talk about how Bladee is experiencing feeling of imposter syndrome as an artist. He's explained in interviews before that he calls himself a trash star because he doesn't want his fans to idolize him the way the fans of other artists and public figures do, simply because they like their work, rather than pretend to be better than everybody else simply because he makes music. Bladee has chosen instead to make fun of the system as a whole, so that's probably why he released Exile under the made-up Trash Star 2018 album. Another side of the issue has to do with the parasocial relationship side of the artist-fan dynamic. For one reason or another, a lot of fans tend to assume certain things about the public figures they follow. So by referring to himself as a trash star, Bladee is also letting his audience know that as much as they may like his music and relate to it on a personal basis, when all is said and done, none of them really know who he is. His public persona is one thing, and his real one is another. So why pretend to be anything but trash when you're out there beneath the spotlight? These track segments discuss Blade's feeling of guilt for various things he's done in his past, as well as his general feeling of being stuck in a rut in this particular point in his life and career. So now here's my review of the EP as a whole. Personally, I see the EP as a summary of most of the songs that I've heard from him before. The set of ideas that he tends to pick from inspiration, but each set always includes different facial expressions or character traits, for example, light, strong, and so forth, which are more than enough to engage you or put you in the same situation or experience. This gray colored skies, the cold weather, the gloominess, the haziness, a sort of rotating vinyl record fading and transitioning into a different world. It is all over the place. His music provides a new experience every time you listen to it. And finally, out of the video, I'll give you guys my final verdict on the EP overall. So this was my first dose of Lady in a long time, and it was great to get back to consuming such a great form of media and art. Even though his music can be sobering at times, it can also provide you with something similar to the experience of being drunk or high or otherwise mentally altered. I can say that each song that he releases is distinct and unique compared to all the other songs that come before and after it. His music is always featuring new approaches, constant improvements, and various forms of experimentations. All in all, I would say his body of work is an avant-garde form of art, and I really enjoyed listening to all of it. So, that's the review. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you did, and stay tuned for more. Take care and bye for now. Paalam.